Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of High Point Hello. We are really glad to have Coach Lyndsey Boswell, head coach of the women's lacrosse team here at High Point, joining us today. So, Lyndsey, thanks for taking the time today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. It's exciting times, different times, but excited to see your face and connect.
Well, thank you. Good to see you as well. And I guess we'll start with, I did the interview with Espo last week, and I forgot to ask him how he was to the last question. So I'll start with asking, how are you doing? Is everyone okay where you are?
Everyone's great. Everyone's healthy. I couldn't be more thankful for the opportunity to be at home with my family right now. So I have no complaints.
That's great. So I guess we'll get to fun stuff and happy stuff. We will start on kind of a little bit of a sad note. Obviously, the season came to an end due to COVID-19 and everything, but it was the 10-year anniversary of the program, and so we'll get to that in a second. But what were your overall thoughts on this, short season and what was a very strong non-conference schedule again?
Yeah, to be honest, it feels like it's been a while since we've been on the field. In some ways, it has been, Typically, right now, we would be hoping to be preparing for the first round of NCAAs on Friday, So we've been off the field for a few weeks. I thought we did a great job to start the season. Our record definitely didn't show it, but we were playing top-ranked teams. We learned a lot in the 5 games that we did have the opportunity to play. I was really sad to see it end for the seniors. We had 2 returning 5th-year graduate students, Meredith Chapman and Hayley Norris, and those girls put so much time and effort into our program. So to see their 5th year end like that was really so sad. But they left behind so much for our program to look forward to. So yeah, it was sad. It's been a little bit weird. I've never not had a spring lacrosse season, at least since I can remember. So it's a little bit uncharted territories here, but I like I said, I can't complain. I mean, it is what it is. So. And
kind of like you were saying, in the grand scheme of things, if you took Hayley and Meredith and you told them, over your 4 years, you'll get to do all the things they're able to do. You go to the NCAA tournament 3 times, you'll win a tournament. If you told them all that, they go, I'm okay with all that. So, like you said, yeah. It's sad that it ended, but when you look back at everything they've done, it's unbelievable.
It really is. I mean, they really left their mark on our program, not just on the lacrosse field. And I think that's what they see too. They look back at this. We've had several conversations. In fact, I'm going to talk to them after this, both of them at the same time on a call, and just kind of see where they are right now. But both of them, they say they wouldn't have traded it. They wouldn't change a thing. And, not just on the lacrosse field, but off the lacrosse field, what they left in the locker room is something that's really special. It's been a while since we had leaders like that. They're both super hardworking, obviously, but honest and willing to have the hard conversations. And I just admire both of them for what they've done. And hey, they got a master's out of it, so they're doing just fine.
That's right. So as we said, the 10-year anniversary of the High Point women's lacrosse program, 10 years this year. First question, can you believe it? It's been 10 years, probably yes and no to that. But also, what are some of the things that kind of jump out to you? And can you kind of tell us all a little bit how far this program has come from then to now?
Yeah, I mean, 10 years, wow. When you think about how young I am, and you think about 10 years, no, I'm kidding. You think about 10 years is a long time for anything, The commitment that I've had towards this program for 10 years, I'm just so thankful that I've been able to have this opportunity to even be here for 10 years. But yeah, lots of success, lots of laughs, lots of really great times and memories. When I close my eyes and just kind of think back to the first season or the second, third season, those early seasons, it feels like a long time because we started this program with all freshmen and, a few transfers, some great leaders. It does feel like a while ago because we've done so much between the start and now, but I guess, for this to be the 10th year and for it to feel it kind of feels kind of surreal for it to be the 10th year. We had all these plans to celebrate the 10th season, and not just our leaders and our seniors, but just like the program, and we weren't able to do that the way that we thought we might be able to. But we had a great weekend in February. We had an awesome banquet. All of our alumni back, most of the original team back, to share their experiences with our current team. So we got that weekend in, and that was a really special weekend that we'll have as another memory. And so again, like, I can't really complain. I mean, it is what it is. We are where we are. But a couple things that stand out to me: the championships, for sure. I mean, the NCAA trips, but also the win in 2017 against Towson, to take us into that Maryland game, which was Mother's Day weekend, which, again, like, thinking about this coming weekend, that's one thing. I don't remember the last time I got to spend Mother's Day with my mom away from the lacrosse field. She's usually coming to me. So, hey, another silver lining, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, just so many wonderful memories over the 10 years. And we're going to wrap up this weekend on a Zoom call wrap up this season on a Zoom call this weekend with my team, with the 2020 season. And then we're going to quickly move on to 2020, 2021, and next season. So we are excited to just kind of move forward.
And that's what I was going to say. When you ask those kind of questions, it's good to reflect, and, thank you for sharing those. But it's to say that, like, the run is not over. You guys are very much in the middle of the run, so that's important to remember that as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the first thing that everybody kind of talked about in the locker room is, oh my gosh, we don't have the opportunity to win 4 straight Big South Conference championships. And I'm like, well, no one else is going to win it in the meantime. So I don't really know what that looks like in the record book or how that goes down in history, but we're back at it. I mean, we're going to be right back at it, competing for our 4th straight Big South Conference championship. And we're excited about that opportunity. So, yeah, strange, but
yeah,
exciting at the same time.
And just to confirm, from a stats perspective, from an SID sports nerd perspective, my perspective, if you don't have a championship, and then the next year, this would be the 4th straight coming up, So if you don't have one, you can't, if there wasn't one, it doesn't count. So
yeah. So if you could tell my team that, ease their mind a little bit, then yeah, we'll be right back at competing for the 4th straight.
Awesome. Another thing that we want to talk about, or I want to ask you about, is some of the things that you've done during this time to kind of keep you guys busy. It's been really fun to watch you guys on social media with some of the stuff you've been doing. The water for the dumping the water on people for the fundraiser, and then the Davidson challenge. How did some of those things come together, and how important is it to you as a coach to kind of keep the fun and competitive spirit alive amongst your team?
Yeah, so let's start with the Davidson challenge. That was awesome. That was a 30-day challenge between us and Davidson College. The way that it started was basically a friendly conversation. One of my best friends is the head coach at Davidson, Kim Wayne, love her. She and I were talking about what we were going to do with our summer recruiting, because we're like recruiting buddies, if you will. And just not being able to see each other and bounce ideas off each other was kind of where the conversation started. And then she told me she was doing this challenge with her team, and I was like, well, we want in, we want to be a part of that. So we jumped into their idea, basically, and we kind of came up with a way to compete with each other. So High Point got the win, for the record, but it was really awesome to see our team and their team kind of support each other through this time. It was not lacrosse related. It was all off the field. Most of it had to do with spending time with your family, getting to know yourself on a little bit of a deeper level, having so much fun. A lot of it was goofy and silly and fun. But bringing 2 teams together in a time like this, away from the lacrosse field, was really our goal. And it just kind of kept us connected through lacrosse to another group of people that were going through the same thing as us. So that was really awesome. Like I said, High Point walked away with the win. So we were excited about that. No, that wasn't the goal, but it's always fun to win. And then the other thing we did was to try to motivate people to donate money back to our program. So we had our day of giving, and our team jumped in with that. So we were able to, if you haven't seen it, it's on social media, but like you said, dump some water over the heads of players as people donated to our program. So we were able to raise almost $1,500 for our program there. That was exciting and fun. And then I think the last thing that we've done, some small things here and there, but I think the last real big thing that we did that was really exciting was our Friends of Jacqueline 5K, virtual 5K. This past weekend on Saturday, everybody that, you know, may or may not have normally come down and contributed to the 5K jumped online with us, and we ran our 5K together in separate places. And we raised almost $6,000 for the Friends of Jacqueline organization through this one day 5K, which was so totally awesome. And this was our 8th year of doing it. We do it in honor of Mason Levac, our very first Friends of Jacqueline adoptee. His dad and I met at the track at High Point on Saturday morning. So we still had that. We had our 6 foot, you know, distance between us, social distancing. We did the whole morning, but we were able to just share stories, and my family came, and Dave and a few of our staff members, coaches with High Point came, and so we all just scattered around the track and did our 5K. So it was really inspiring and awesome, even from a distance.
I was definitely going to ask about that, because I know that's one of the great traditions that you guys have. You usually do it in conjunction with the game in the morning of. So always a great event, and always brings out a lot of people. So, and you, like you said, $6,000 was raised, and a ton of interaction amongst your team and amongst the friends of the team on social media and stuff.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Like I said, just so inspiring to see how many people, you know, care about the Levac family, not just the Levac family, but Friends of Jacqueline and Jacqueline Murphy and her family. We have such a great connection with them and a great relationship with them and the organization. And so it's really awesome that we were able to continue doing that. You know, Darla Poulin, one of our coaches and former High Point lacrosse player, she had a huge hand in that. She organized the whole thing with a couple of our players. Ashley Britton had a big hand in that, and Brielle Prouty too. Everybody did their part, but those three really brought it together and brought it to life. And we did a small raffle at the end. And I had so many messages on my phone with, you know, families that were social distancing, but doing their 5K, you know, through their neighborhood and all around the whole country. So that's the real goal. We might continue doing it virtually, you know, after this, and just have 2 events, one virtually and one in person. So, yeah, very inspiring and really awesome that we were able to help the organization as much as we were.
And something that you and I talked about before we got started recording here, but you've been keeping busy as well with a little virtual help to some people. And I might have to give you a call. I'm going to need a lot of work, though. I'm going to need a lot of help if I give you a call with my
I think I might have an opening for you.
Okay.
You're going to need a ladder, agility ladder,
Okay.
cones. You can grab a wall. If you have a bounce back, do it. The wall right behind you looks good. Take that painting down.
Yeah, my mother will not be too thrilled with that, but we could probably make something work.
Yeah, grab her too.
Okay, yeah, we'll bring her in.
You'll need a partner in crime.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I have my whole backyard set up for virtual training. Like I said, it's been almost my whole life that I haven't had lacrosse in the spring. So that's kind of my medicine for this. And I am able to have Therese, my baby, out there with me in the stroller. We usually take a walk in the morning. We come back, hit the backyard. I have friends in Maryland that I grew up with that have girls of the age that is perfect to do basically private lessons. We just do them virtually, and we are having the best time. So, you know, again, like, when am I going to have my baby on the field with me? When will there ever be another time I get to coach some of my best friends' daughters and do it at home in the backyard? Probably never again. So I'm taking full advantage of this time we do group and private training, and it's a way to kind of fuel and feed my lacrosse addiction. So it's been really fun.
That's awesome. And your your energy and your outlook to this whole thing has been very, contagious and uplifting. So I appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of Panther fans, everyone will. My last question for you, as we look forward to the next season coming up, obviously, as you said, a goal is always a championship. Hopefully the fourth straight is what you guys will be focused on. But what are some goals or another goal that you have this season? What are some things coming out of this time that you hope to see your team do?
Yeah, we've had a lot of great conversations lately. My staff and I, our leaders and I, even some of the younger girls that are looking at, continuing their opportunity to play a fifth year and get their masters and, stay at High Point the extra year that they didn't think they would be. So lots of really in-depth and deep conversations. We have some seniors that are looking to join us again, come back and get their masters and play that last year, which I'm so excited about. But one of the main things that we're really focused on is leadership, overall leadership. Just, bring our leaders back, getting those older girls to leave their mark and make sure that they have no regrets as they leave our program. Develop our younger girls and really get started earlier than we would normally be able to with some of our younger leaders, and empower these women to make them feel like they can be a change, whether it's in the world or on the lacrosse field, contributing to our championships that are coming up. But yeah, more than just lacrosse skills and strength and conditioning and that kind of stuff that we would normally be doing on a break. We're getting a little bit deeper and trying to develop these girls as young women. And so we have some upcoming things that are going to challenge them personally. And so we're really excited about that. I'm personally very excited about that piece. So.
Well, that's awesome. It's been great to hear from you and hear everything you're doing. Is there anything that I missed or anything you want to add before we say goodbye here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, like always, I'm thrilled to be the head coach at High Point University. I am excited about the people that I work with. I love my staff. I love our support staff. I've been able to spend a little time with Dan Hauser, our athletic director. He lives on my street, so I was able to wish him a happy big birthday last 2 weeks ago or last week. Just really thankful for this time right now. I pray for those that are in need right now, but I have no complaints, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to be at home with my family and still be working full time.
Well, Coach, thank you so much, and we will see you very soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, Kevin.